Okay, so welcome back as part of this everyday one demo series. So today we are going to learn something more on Apex Trigger. So last session we had uh, saw a demo on how to create a simple validation using Apex Trigger. That is using before insert. Today we'll see a few more things on before, then after we'll do something on after trigger. Okay, today's session also will only look into before trigger. Okay, so and as you know that every day when we are doing, we are taking the help of Agentforce for developer. So let's open our VS Code. Okay, so go to Agentforce and ask here. Okay, help me know something else I can do in before insert or before update trigger uh, apart uh, from validation apart from data validation. Yes, data validation, because data validation we saw last time, so today we'll see something else. Okay, so let's ask ChatGPT what it is suggesting. Based on that we'll do something. So why I am showing you, so that you can also do it yourself. Okay, you don't need any help of any other. So you see, there are so many things we can do. It's saying that populate default value. You can use before trigger to populate default value for fields when they are not specified by the user. For example, you could set the default value for the industry field for accounts that do not have a value specifier. Okay, we'll take this example today. Hmm? So let's do. Okay. So there are so many others, but for today we can do this thing. Then later, sometime later, we can do some other scenarios. Okay, let me keep it so that sometime later when we'll come back, we'll do. These are the scenarios. Okay, so today we'll do the first scenario. Populate default value. You can use default trigger to populate default value field when they are not specified by the user. For example, industry field. Okay. So let's take this and go back to our trigger. So you see in the trigger, as part of the last example, we already set the handle before insert. Okay. So now in this, what I'll do, I'll go to account trigger handler, and in the account trigger handler, first thing we did account validation. So today we'll create this one. Okay. So let's take an example of just put it into a comment field like this. Okay. So default value, break this line so that it will be clearly visible to you. Same requirement I am putting here. Okay. Now let's go back to our Salesforce screen and open an account and see what are the options we can do in industry field. Okay. So as per our requirement, what we are trying to do here, populate default value. You can use the before trigger to populate default value for field when they are not specified by the user. This use case we are going to do. For example, you could mm, you could set a default value for the industry field for an account that do not have value specified. Let's say when you are not providing default value. When a user selecting default value, it will take the user input. When user not selecting a default value, we will set something. Okay, what we will set? Let's see. Go here and search for industry. Uh, Here is the industry. But why I came here? Because industry is a pick list. Okay. So when it is a pick list, you need to know what are the pick list options available. You have to provide one of the pick list field from that. You cannot just randomly free text. You cannot do. Okay. Let's say when user is not providing a value, we'll take industry as technology. Okay. Industry as technology. Okay. So we'll say industry as in our requirement, we'll set industry as technology. Okay. Industry as technology. Okay. Now we know the requirement. Okay. Now hmm, take the help of Agentforce. Okay. You say that you have the requirement. Then you say that help me write the uh, trigger method for below requirement. Okay. So requirement is this one. Okay. And now search for it. So why I am not writing code from scratch? Because if I'll write code from scratch, then you will also write code from you will also not write code from scratch. So we will always take the help of will always take help of our agent force. Okay, this is the method. I mean, it's coming with class and all, but you don't take all the class already created. You just copy this method only. Okay, put it. Now you see populate default defaults. Okay, populate defaults is a field, and that okay accounts is there. On that you see. So set the default value for the industry field if it is not already set. Okay. So that in last session I told you wherever there is a star, just assign a variable over there, record variable. Okay. So I'm saying account industry. I'll just replace with account. It is null. So what it means? Saying that if account industry is null, null means user has not provided, then set to technologies. Okay, otherwise not. So now we have to set this in our before insert. You can do on before update also, but we'll first do it in before insert. Okay, let's say populate default. Copy that here. Populate. Sorry, not the variable, the method. I did little mistake over here. By replacing the method name. You are not supposed to replace the method name. You are only supposed to replace the stars. So you see now, okay. When it is suggesting, just press the tab key and put the semicolon. Okay. Now our method is done. Okay. So what it means is the before insert, before event and before insert, we are calling the handle before insert method of the trigger handler, and in the handle before insert we have two methods now. This method validation rule we created in last session. You know it. Today we only created this one. Okay. And for this one, here is the code. Okay. Now what we'll do? Save it. Now deploy it. Okay. Incorrect signature. Okay. Uh, line number 7. Okay, no, no, we will not. We don't need this method. I don't know how it came. Okay, so for now we don't need that method. Maybe while we are doing using Agentforce, somehow it got populated. So I removed it, saved it, deploying it one more time. Yeah, deployment successful. Now come back to here. Go to account. Okay. You see, last time we created Microsoft account, right? You remember, right? In that, if you go to the detail page, you see there was no industry because at that time we had not written that logic to default this industry. But now onwards, whenever we create an account, it will not provide a value, then the industry will auto-populate. Okay, let's create two accounts now. Okay, uh, we'll say that okay, new account. We'll say we'll create two accounts. Google with industry. Okay, let's say I'm creating SBI. Okay, as an account, and at this time I am setting. I know SBI is a bank. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll set it as banking. So as user is providing the value, our trigger will not change. Our code is only when user is not provided, then auto populate. Okay. Now save this. You see SBI account created and industry is banking. It is not setting to technology because as a user I have selected forcibly banking. So it's not changing. Now I'll go back again to the account and I'll select a new and I'll create one more account, Google. Okay. This time you see I am not providing any value for the industry. It's none. Okay. But expectation is when I save it, it should automatically set to technology. That is what our code is. So our code is when industry value is equal to null, then set the industry to technology. Okay. Now let's do that. Okay. Save it. Okay. Go here and check. You see that it is selected as technology here. If you can see, it is automatically Google is the account, and whereas I have not selected, now it's automatically selected the technology. So now you understood the use case. First use case of before trigger is data validation. One use case we saw in last session. Today's session we again did a very simple trigger to do auto-populate field when the field value is not provided. Okay. Similarly, we will see more complex examples going forward. So for today, I mean, we'll end up the session here. Otherwise, what is happening is we are doing more examples. The video length is getting increased. So instead of that, we will do everyday one session. Okay. I believe you would have learned something from this session. If you think this session is useful, you can share with your friends. You can do a thumbs up. Any other feedback or any other session you like to see on Apex, you can comment in the comment box. I'll try to do a session on that. If you appreciate this video, do a subscribe as well. Thanks for your time. Have a great day.